All right, let's talk about Poggergate. We got another update.
Poggergate.
Look at this.
Oh, look who it is.
Jake Lucky.
You like Jake Lucky, right?
I hate Jake Lucky. Jake Lucky is the esport reporter that's constantly harassing content creators that are black.
Oh, he has a bias against people of color.
It seems that way.
Got it.
Based on if you look at his history and you look at the stories that he covers, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's constantly trying to expose Gideon, trying to expose Speed. These are top content creators that are blowing up that happen to be African American.
Right.
And so it's happened so frequently that people have come to the conclusion that, this is
Right.
racially motivated.
Yeah. And as an Italian man, I know how it feels to kind of have biases against you here. So here is Jake Lucky sending out a tweet yesterday, no longer covering Poggergate, Ms. Kif Maya, Adriana Lee, crazy slick situation. So Keem, inform me here. Does he have friends or connections to anybody in the Poggergate?
When we say Pogger community, Jake Lucky, we include in that group.
Interesting. So
we are talking about the Pokimane. We are talking about the Ms. Kiv, the Hassan Piker, and the Jake Lucky. This is a group of people. And this is the one thing that Jake Lucky has been constantly called out for. He will go after Speed. He will go after all these different people in the community, but he won't go after Pokimane. He won't go after Miz. He won't go after Maya. He won't go after Hassan Piker. Why? Because Jake Lucky is a part of that group.
So he goes on and he says that he is opting out from covering the biggest Twitch story of all time. The Twitch gaming reporter chooses not to cover the biggest story of all time. What the hell?
And to show you the bias of Jake Lucky, back in the day, there was an esport reporter by the name of Slasher.
Oh, okay? Slasher, right.
And Slasher.
And you like Slasher, no?
No, I hate Slasher.
Got it.
You might remember Slasher because Slasher had that famous tweet saying to everyone that he knew the reason why Dr. Disrespect got banned on Twitch, but he didn't feel comfortable telling people. People are like, if you know the reason, tell us. To this day, we still don't know the reason. Nobody knows. But Slasher claimed to know. So Slasher got exposed for trying to get a date with a content creator by the name of Brittany Venti.
Of course, Brittany.
And how did he go about trying to get this date? Well, he hit up her friend Jessica and said, Jessica, if you set me up on a date with Brittany, I will give you a job recommendation to an esport org. Classic sexual harassment.
That is.
Just classic, right? So I called Slasher out for this creepy behavior.
Good guy, Keem.
Jake Lucky, because he's friends with Slasher, covered the story saying, this ain't a big deal. Like, that was basically the gist of it. So Jake Lucky has a history of sticking his neck out and helping his friends, and we're just seeing the same thing right here.
Interesting.
I wanted to ask you, Keem, for something as a producer here. Didn't you go on a live stream with Jake on a phone call with Gideon at one point?
I did.
Wasn't there kind of an argument that brewed about it?
I barely remember the conversation. Just Gideon called me on FaceTime. I was busy doing some other stuff. And I just basically told Jake Lucky that I hate him and everything he does is racially motivated.
Which I was about to say, because when Gideon called iShow Speed and they got into the heat together, iShow said, I don't fuck with you. No black content creators fuck with you.
Oh, really?
Straight up to Jake on the live stream.
And I've been on the phone with Speed's mom.
Wow.
And Speed's mom said that Jake Lucky is racist. That was her claim to me. I don't even know if I should say that to you.
Interesting.
But Speed's entire family thinks Jake Lucky is a straight up racist.
Okay, so then if the African American family is saying that, you really can't argue with it. I mean, at this point,
when you call somebody racist, right? What is the proof, right? We don't have Jake Lucky saying the N-word anywhere. That's just to be clear. You know what I mean? He hasn't been caught saying the hard R or anything like that. But we're just looking at his reporting and him targeting Speed, targeting these other black content creators, but giving a pass to the biggest story on Twitch. You know what I mean? That's why people think that Jake Lucky is racist.
Which, Keem, were you aware that he also called out a 13-year-old? 14, 13.
And what color was the skin of the 13-year-old?
African American.
Yeah. Chris, can you pull the tweet back up on the screen here? So Jake Lucky is literally a Twitch gaming reporter. In the last sentence here, he goes crap, meaning Poggergate, meaning
racially motivated people.
Meaning the essay assault and the essay cover-up crap has gone on way too far. I don't even know what the hell is going on anymore. Aren't you a reporter, Jake? Isn't your job to get to the bottom for the truth and to get the truth out there? But you only pick stories that mainly align to what you want to cover or what you believe the color.
If you want to say Jake Lucky is, the shit that he does is racially motivated, hey, you might not have proof for that, but there is evidence. There is evidence. Evidence and proof are two different things.
Now, Keem, what if the guy who sexually assaulted the person was an African American? Do you think, based on past experiences, Jake Lucky
Next story. Okay. Okay,
got it. Next story here. What do we got here?